So here's the situation. I got really sick about New Year's. That would be 10 weeks ago, maybe more. Got real sick. Had shingles, got allergic to the antiviral drug for shingles, was in more pain. Be a whole different tape. Let me just tell you, it was more pain than I could handle. I got through it. I didn't handle it. I don't want to see anybody else ever go through it. Get the shingles vaccine. I should have. That's a whole different thing. Here's the situation though. The situation is this. I'm a guitar player. I love music. I work out all the time. I'm passionate about it, maybe too passionate. The situation right now is I play guitar professionally. I'm a very good guitar player. I have a problem right now. My thumb doesn't bend that well, and this finger doesn't bend that well. I have something called Parsonage-Turner syndrome, not to be confused with Bachman-Turner overdrive. They're both things you don't want, but Parsonage-Turner syndrome is something you definitely don't want. And what that means, I'm not quite sure, because when you see neurologists, they're not quite sure. They're honest with you. The prospects of my recovery are very good. I am banking on a 100% recovery. That doesn't mean I will recover 100%, but I'm counting on it. And here's why I'm talking to you. Because going through this, I'm learning a lot. And I'm learning that nerve damage is a whole lot different than muscle damage. I was studying to be a personal trainer before this hit. I think about music all the time. I think about rhythm all the time. If you've seen my videos, I'm in pretty good shape. I'm in very good shape. And I do coordination exercises. Hula hooping, juggling, hula hooping while juggling, playing guitar and hula hooping. I'm proud of what I do. I'm also realistic that you get older, you got to make concessions to different things, but you can't just accept that when something goes wrong, that's what getting older is all about, and just take it. I am, after seeing neurologists and being diagnosed with this Parsonage-Turner syndrome, their conclusion was the following. You're more than likely going to recover, but there is no rehab to get there. It's not like a muscle that you strengthen. Well, I don't want to accept that. I know they're right. I know they're right, but I also know I don't want to accept that. So I have tried some alternate therapies. I think I'm getting really good results. I might be wrong, so I'm making this tape right now so I can document where I am. Here's what I'm finding. I couldn't bend my thumb at all. I mean, I could not bend it with the other hand and pushing down. I could not bend this finger at all. They were stiff, like scary stiff. And then I started doing just different types of things, being told that that time's going to be there. Well, I work out a lot, and I was sitting at home one time, and I just said, I can't bend my thumb. What does it take to bend the thumb? And I started realizing if I put my elbow out to here or bent my wrist like this or something, and then all of a sudden this thought hit me. Well, it takes a lot of muscles. Muscles have a synergistic effect. There are prime movers, there are antagonist muscles. They all work together. I had a lot of things going against me. Now I have less things going against me. And while I'm recovering, I want to be able to document where I am. In realizing that that had to be contorted and that had to be contorted, I thought, something's going on there. Something's going on. Let's bend it back, but keep the thumb bent. And gradually, I would start, like I'm talking weeks, possibly months, I'd start to get pain. And I'd say, rather than, oh shit, that's pain, I'd go, oh man, maybe something's waking up. Maybe there's muscle there. And I realized it's not these delicate little finger muscles that are screwed up. And this is like breakthrough that I can do this. I could not do anything like 7-8 weeks ago. So if you're a musician like me and you're seeing your love and your passion flying out the window and you're having dreams about it and you're thinking you're shattered, you're right and you're wrong. Life's going to go on either way. You're going to find something, you're going to be there, but don't give up on any type of recovery. This is a breakthrough. I am like thrilled to do this. But what I'm also thrilled about is rather than lose my mind over this, I'm saying, how can I make this? I don't think things happen for a reason, but I think you've got to give reason for things happening to it. Just otherwise you'll go nuts. I will never be happy this thing has found me. But I also don't believe everything makes you stronger if it doesn't kill you. I'm glad this didn't kill me. I had my doubts, and I'm not kidding. I'm talking about with the shingles and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, I'm doing exercises now where I think in 3-4 months, not only will my fingers recover, but I will be in better shape than I've ever been in. And why I say that is, if I had to guarantee my fingers would be back and together in 3-4 months, this would not even be a blip on my radar, because I can work out on my legs, I can work out on my things, and I can do all that while I'm working on my hands. So what I'm finding is doing exercises where I'm bending like that, and I do it rhythmically. I can like do triplets, do, 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 do. I know it looks crazy, I get it and all that, but here's what I'm also telling you. There's rhythmic stuff going on, and I can get lost in the rhythm, just like I was doing the exercises. When I get lost in the rhythm, all of a sudden the joints might move a little bit easier, they might move a little bit on remote control, and the idea is, hey, every day a little bit longer, just go. Now, I also found that just taking oil, like salad dressing oil, putting it in your hands and just going like this, just get in the shower, take a warm shower and do this, and just keep doing it. And then you say, you know what, that's good enough. You say to yourself, what do I have to do that's better right now? What's better than waking up my hands? What's going? Because normally we think of being in the shower, you're in there for 5 minutes, you get ready, you're on your way to doing something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about rehab. I'm talking about, you say, dedicate, hey, I'm going to be in the shower for 25 minutes. I'm going to be doing thumb exercises. I'm going to be first finger exercises. I'm going to be bending the thumb. I'm not going to do anything that's painful. But there's a whole other thought that I have neglected so far, and that is this. When I got the shingles, when I got whatever the fuck I got, I think I blew memories of what it means to move normally. Like, I would go to open a beer to and the fingers just didn't work. And it wasn't just the strength, it was just they're going like, who's telling me what to do? And I had to like really think. And then I said, you know, you got another hand. And I started paying attention. What happens when I want to pick up my glasses? How do things bend? And then I try and do it the other hand, and I tried to model it. But most important, I tried to think, what does that feel like? And I'm talking about really, what does that feel like? And I realized my nerves that cause that sensation, they're not damaged. It's the ones that held my mobility to do something. Now, I also noticed that the tips of my fingers at all times had feeling, but I couldn't bend, but I would just try and make sure that I could touch and pretend that these things are putting pressure, because these are the sensors, and I want them to think, hey, we're grabbing something. I feel it, grab it, because right now my finger just gives, but that's a lot stronger than it was. I don't know if you can see that, but that's part of how they diagnose the Parsons-Turner syndrome. I'm realizing that I got weakness here. I'm trying to fight that. I can't turn my wrist, but if I bend that way, I can keep it. And so I figure, hey, that's what I'll do. I'll do exercises where I'll go for the pain threshold, not to kill me, just where it's going, hey, you're hurting me, and then I stop. Then I let the arm rest. And I have found that hours of therapy are needed a day. But the key is that hours are needed because you got to go for a minute and a half, push it within reason, then rest for a minute and a half. Now, if I'm at the gym, I can do balance exercises. I can do other stuff. And then at the end of the day, no pun intended, I've worked out, I've done stuff, and I haven't even thought, oh man, I did my rehab, it was dreadful. It wasn't dreadful, it was a pleasure. And so that's where I am right now. I'm gonna report back to you in a couple weeks, but I wanna get down what I'm feeling, because my hope is this. My hope is I totally forget what it feels like to be this fucked up. And then I won't be able to do this video. And if you're in a situation like I was in, recognize the first thing you got to do is get a blueprint on what it felt like before, and then say, what are the incremental things I can do? It's not like, oh, if I just do this, I'll get it back today. But if you can get just where you were yesterday, hopefully a little bit more, but it's not going to be. My uncle once said, life's not a level road. It wasn't for him. It's not for me. And sometimes you lose sight of the road too. I think I'm back on it. I hope that I can help you stay the course. Peace. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.